With the Whole Cake Island arc in its climax, a lot of things are getting wrapped up, whether it being the Luffy vs Katakuri fight, the completion of the cake, and the Straw Hats reuniting. 55 minutes are remaining for the Straw Hats to reunite at Cacao Island, and thus putting the arc in its last minute moments. During these last few minutes, Luffy will be facing one of his toughest challenges yet. His battle with Katakuri proved to be a very tenacious battle. No matter what Luffy brought forward, Katakuri seemed to have the upper hand on him. However, in the latest chapter, Luffy teased on a new form of Gear 4, which is called Snake Man. For more info on this new form, you can check out my video that I did, which I speculate on what the form consists of and what can we expect from the fight. Also, don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications if you want more One Piece content. But anyway, getting back in track, what can we expect from the few chapters that are remaining from this arc? Will there be any more major deaths? Well, since in this arc we already had 2 deaths, which are Pedro and Pound, we might not have any more deaths. It's very highly unlikely that Big Mom will die, considering that she probably has so much more to offer in the story, especially during the Elbaf arc. Same thing about Katakuri, I do believe that he will be somewhat involved with Luffy in the future. Luffy and Katakuri respect each other to the point where they almost seem as brothers forced to fight due to their affiliations. I truly believe that these two will see each other another time, maybe in a different light. We will just have to wait and see. There are so many chapters in One Piece left that honestly that anything is possible, especially in the later arcs where Luffy will face off against the Marines. With that being said, how do I think Whole Cake Island will end? Well, the way I see it is that there are 2 options that differ exponentially between each other. One being that the arc will have a pretty generic ending where the crew leaves off the island after taking care of Big Mom and departed Zo. In this scenario, no one in the crew will be attending the reverie meeting and we will have an arc without probably any Straw Hats. I can see this only going for a few chapters since there won't be any Straw Hats in the arc. However, they might show us glimpses on the current whereabouts of the crew. The other scenario being that something happens in the last few chapters of the arc and Luffy will be forced or has no other choice to enter a mirror, which will send him to Marijo. Personally, I think that the second scenario would be the most ideal and hypest for the series. With Luffy in Marijo, it will be Impel Down all over again, where he has to find a way to escape, since we all know that Luffy isn't interested in any meeting, so he would obviously not want to observe it. But anyway, that's a whole other video for another day. Let's get back to the Whole Cake Island arc. How many more chapters will it have? Well, right now we are at chapter 894. It is definitely going past 900, with 900 truly being a major chapter for the franchise. If I were to guess, I think I will give it about 15 chapters more or less. We need 1 or 2 more chapters to wrap up the Luffy vs Katakuri fight, and also we need approximately 5 to 10 more chapters to wrap up the chase and the Straw Hats reuniting. Lastly, we need 5 or so more chapters to wrap up loose ends and finally wrap up the arc. We could see less than 15 chapters since we know Oda is hyped for Wano arc and is probably on the edge of a seat to draw it after so much anticipation for the last year or so. Sadly, the higher ups at Shonen Jump will most likely want to extend the arc as much as possible to milk it to the max so that they can obviously acquire the maximum revenue they can get from it. Anyway, up until now the arc had its ups and downs. For me personally, the downs were the seducing woods portion and occasionally the Big Mom chase part felt a little bit dragged on. However, the arc had a lot of good points, including Sanji's past, Big Mom's past, the wedding, and also Luffy vs Katakuri. Overall, I think up until now it was solid, not the best arc but solid. Hopefully it will keep moving at this pace while we reach its final moments. With that being said, if you like any of what I said, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications on if you want more One Piece content. It's been Nightmare King, thanks for watching, see you on the next one.